All right, so moving on, the 12-month schedule. Now we need to begin planning the main ideas of your monthly newsletter based on the dates and deadlines of your upcoming projects. So if we look at, oops, sorry, didn't need to do that. If we look at the example in the handout that you all are going to get, yay for handouts. I have a couple slides in here, a couple notes in here that I already went over. And if we go down lower, I have the 12-month calendar. This is like a template for you. You can use this. You don't have to use this, of course. And again, feel free to shorten it for your set period of time. Your campaign might just be a few months. Like for us, it's more like 6 months long, not a whole year. Let me read this. Begin planning the main ideas of your monthly newsletter based on the dates and deadlines of your upcoming projects. I would honestly not recommend sending your newsletters on the first of the month or even on the first Monday of every month, for that is when many companies send out their monthly newsletters. And you don't want to be part of the spam and mumbo jumbo in someone's inbox. So you'll notice here again in the template, I have January 1st, February 1st, but you should decide what that date is or like what day of the week it is. For example, Janet and I usually do posts on Mondays and Thursdays, and we're thinking we'll probably do our newsletters on like the first Thursday of every month, or maybe the second Thursday of every month, something like that. We're still determining that. And you can always kind of change it up. Try something for 3 months and see how it goes, and then maybe try a different day of the week and see if that improves at all in people's reading. So we will go ahead and start thinking about what the titles, essentially your subject lines for each of these days, or sorry, each of these months are going to be. You might already know like some projects you have coming up throughout the year. And so that might influence like what the headline of, or again, subject line of that newsletter is going to be. Now, I really like to think of my campaign as I would a story. Like there's the exposition, who is our podcast? Who are we? Then the like rising action, what are some of the conflicts we're going to be exploring in our podcast this season? And then at the very end, the resolution, the falling action, or sorry, the climax, resolution, falling action, that whole thing. So for example, January 1, the headline, or sorry, I keep saying headline, the subject line could be, you thought 2021 was crazy? Maybe the content this month could focus on new goals and crazy things to look forward to in 2022. Okay. You'll see here I have a tip, so let me read this real quick. Again, your title should sum up the content of this month's newsletter, but also catch the reader's attention. It should be a hook. It should also hook the reader's attention. Think about your favorite book and movie titles of a similar genre and style of your work. What makes them exciting? My tip is to always use verbs because then it sounds active. And again, like I said, don't always put it in capital letters, and also don't make your text too long. So we have February, March, maybe in April, for example, we could do how artists can prepare for April Fools. Content this month could be something funnier, maybe outside of the norm, again, relating to like what's going on in like the holidays or current events. And then maybe November, could that be more of a climactic moment in this year-long campaign? And could maybe December be a little bit more reflective? Like the title could be How I Survived 2022. So again, when you're thinking about your campaign, you might not have an end date if you're just like, hey, each month is going to be more like an update on current projects. That's okay. But I do think it's good to still think of it like a TV show. You have episodes of the TV show. So where are you going to have your episodes that are more of a resolution, that are more reflective? And then when are the new chapters happening, right? People like new chapters. So that's something they can relate to, right? So I do think it's good to try to give yourself some chunks, some set periods of time. So any questions about this? Again, this is just a very loose template. You can make it your own, just to give you an idea of how to plan ahead. Any questions about this in particular?